Kotal Kahn has returned for Mortal Kombat 1, and he's unconscious. He's already laid out on the floor. Happened off screen too, guy's already been defeated. You know, a while back I made a video joking about how Kotal Kahn gets weaker in every single game, and sadly that meme is alive and well because Kotal Kahn is in Mortal Kombat 1, you just never get to see him because he's defeated that quickly and swiftly. However, apparently Mileena does not care because she's already appointed him general. That's right, he got Xiao's position.
I've given Kotal Xiao's old post.
That arse-tech could never replace him.
I think Kotal Kahn is the embodiment of failing upwards. The man loses and then gets a promotion. I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. It is what it is. However, that being said, this promotion is also very ironic because in the new era, Kotal Kahn now has the same rank that he did in the previous timeline before Shao Kahn was defeated.
Shao Kahn?
General Kotal.
Kotal Kahn.
Kahn, pathetic fool. You pretend to my throne.
So yeah, the more you know, but today's video is about the future of Kotal Kahn in Mortal Kombat 1, because apparently there's some rumors and leaks going around that Kotal Kahn is going to be in the game at some point. But as you all know, I never take leaks at face value. Very often they are proven to be false, and as a result, we're gonna do a deep dive today. We're gonna analyze all the evidence for Mortal Kombat 1 and prior games, in order to find out once and for all if Kotal Kahn is going to return for Mortal Kombat 1. I made a similar video about Jade and Noob Saibot recently, and those videos did really well, so it looks like a lot of you love these lore prediction videos. But just in case you're new to this channel, first of all, welcome, but also subscribe, because I'm covering Mortal Kombat 1 all the time on this channel, whether it's guides, lore videos, or prediction videos like this one. There's always something new to talk about in regards to Mortal Kombat, so if you want to stay up to date, then make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss any future videos. And whether you're a returning viewer or brand new to this channel, please leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton, and without any further ado, let's get started. As mentioned earlier, Kotal Kahn does have a reference in the intro dialogues between Mileena and Reiko, and normally intro dialogues are not that big of a deal. However, in this case, I have to make an exception because Mileena references the story mode itself, so this intro dialogue is not a what-if scenario. In fact, it directly correlates with the events of story mode and takes place after. Or in other words, this intro dialogue is canon, and the writers want you to know that Kotal has Xiao's rank as General of Outworld. And this could mean that Kotal gets referenced once again in Story Mode Part 2, and if we're lucky, he might actually show up in one of the cutscenes. Of course, he's not going to be a playable character, at least not yet. We're gonna have to wait until Combat Pack 2 or even 3 before that happens. However, even so, I do think there's a strong likelihood that Kotal does show up in Story Mode Part 2, even if he is just name-dropped once again. Although a lot of you watching might be saying intro dialogues never mean anything. Okay, well if you do feel that way, then I have good news, because Kotal, unlike a lot of other characters that get name dropped in the intros, is also directly referenced in story mode itself, which unlike the intro dialogues is 100% canon. What happens in story mode did definitely happen, and there's no way to argue against that. And because Kotal himself is mentioned by name directly, we know for a fact that Kotal does exist in this new era. And then on top of that, he's got a pretty considerable rank because he competed in the tournament, which only happens if you're a very strong fighter. However, unfortunately for Kotal, he was put up against Raiden, who just knocked everybody down like bowling pins. The guy was completely unstoppable, and isn't that just always Kotal's luck? I think people believe that Kotal is weak because he's always fighting the strongest characters and getting rolled over, right? But I digress, let's get back on topic. It's very exciting that Kotal is mentioned in story mode. Even though he's defeated off screen, which is extremely lame, the fact that he is mentioned at all tells you two things. Number one, he exists in the new era, but more importantly, number two, the writers want you to know that they did not forget about this character. He is in the new era, and they're telling you, hey, we might be doing something with this character. That's why he's getting name dropped in the story mode. Otherwise, there is no reason to include him. He never shows up, he's never in a cutscene, right? But he is name dropped. That was done on purpose, I assure you. Because while it is true that pretty much anybody can be name dropped in character intro dialogues, nobody gets mentioned in story mode and then doesn't show up at some point. They always do 2 make an appearance. So with that in mind, let's roll with this theory. If Kotal does return for Story Mode Part 2 or something similar like that, what is his role going to be in the story? Some players theorize that he's actually going to have a relationship with Countess Jade. In fact, the two of them might be married. And if that does happen, I'm okay with it this time, because originally Kotal Kahn was a terrible person. The guy was supporting genocide, and Jade was still like, I can fix him, I can change him. And I always found that super stupid, but new era, new me, right? In this new timeline, Kotal Kahn might actually be a decent guy. And if that's true, I have no issue with him being married to Countess Jade. That's fine by me. In fact, you know what? I'm hoping that since it is a new timeline, NetherRealm starts from scratch. Let us see the first time that Jade and Kotal meet. Tell us why they fall in love, and show us what the conclusion is to them loving each other. Do they get married? Does one of them die protecting the other one? Any of that stuff sounds cool, but do that, okay? Show us the actual progression instead of just randomly saying, oh yeah, by the way, these two characters love each other and have actually known each other for a very long time. We just never mentioned it because we made it up. Yeah, don't do that. Please don't do that. I understand you just wanted to try something different. I get it. But this time, you have a chance to repeat it, but better, and actually do it correctly. Please do that if you're gonna have Jade and Kotal be together in the new era. Because like I mentioned in the Jade video, I know that character is gonna be in Mortal Kombat 1. And as a result, Kotal has a much higher chance of appearing in story mode if he does have a relationship with Jade, because she's gonna be in the game. We all know it to be true. But as a result, if Kotal has no relationship with Jade in this new timeline, he still does have a tiny chance of showing up in story mode if Story Mode Part 2 revolves around the Civil War in Outworld. For anyone not aware, the arcade endings are canon this time around, at least according to the writers at NetherRealm Studios. And as a result, we know that Outworld is split. There's the real rulers and the rebellion forces led by General Shao. This is why Mileena promoted Kotal to replace Shao's rank. The guy tried to overthrow the rulers, and then he got arrested but escaped, and now he's forming a rebellion. And as a result, it's very likely that Civil War is on the horizon for Mortal Kombat 1. And if that does turn out to be a big part of the story, then rest assured Kotal is likely going to show up somehow, even if he's just in a cutscene like Madame Bo. Even if he just gives a really cool, inspiring speech to his army, that would be okay too. I hope no matter what the case may be, NetherRealm does let him show up again, and also let him do something cool in the background. Let him win some fights, okay? Because Kotal is a meme at this point for constantly losing, despite being really strong in the lore. And honestly, there's no reason for him to lose so often, because not only is he usually a good guy fighting with the allies of Earthrealm, but on top of that, he's always been a fan favorite character. Ever since he was first revealed, he's been a fan favorite, and he's NetherRealm's baby. He's a NetherRealm original character, so I truly don't understand why NetherRealm treats him this way. The man's getting bodied over and over again, and in each game it gets worse. We will never forget, as Mortal Kombat fans, that Kotal Kahn got killed in his own reveal trailer. Yes, that is a thing that happened, and no, we're never gonna forget, because one, it's sad, but also really hilarious, right? I have a dark sense of humor, so even though I love Kotal Kahn as a character and think he's really cool, top 12 character in my honest opinion, but even so, it is hilarious that a Mortal Kombat character died in their own trailer. I hope it never happens again though. Once is funny, twice, like, you're just being mean at that point, NetherRealm. Please don't do that. But let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about Kotal Kahn, and how do you think he's going to return in Mortal Kombat 1? Do you think he's just going to be in a cutscene for Story Mode Part 2, or maybe Story Mode Part 3? Or do you think Kotal Kahn has a chance of returning as a fully playable character? As you all know, I love making these videos interactive, so let me know how you feel in the comments. What are your predictions for Kotal Kahn in Mortal Kombat 1? How is he going to return? Like I keep saying in every single video, I truly do read each and every comment, so grab that keyboard and make your voices heard. Because finally, for the last topic of this video, what if Kotal's just a woman this time? I saw this fan art on Twitter, and I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like this idea a lot. I know there's tons of fans that don't like when things are changed about the Mortal Kombat lore, like Bo Raicho being Madame Bo now, or also that one supposed leak that confirms Cyrax is actually a lady in the new era. That has not been confirmed, but it is a popular theory, and apparently some people think it was leaked, but it could just be some weird misunderstanding of the code or data files. I have no clue, but if that does turn out to be the case and Cyrax is a lady, then I'm just saying, why not make make Kotal a lady. I'd be completely down, and honestly, it could make him be a bit more unique. You know what, never mind. It would be fun for one game, but seeing as how NetherRealm's gonna keep this stuff going, I want Kotal Kahn to still be a guy. Alright everyone, no matter what the case may be, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like down below. It really does help my channel out a ton, and then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.